Okay, this is the audio recording for my update video. I'm too lazy to put, I'm not lazy to put recording a video. It's just there's no good angle. Anyways, 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, my name's SNG by HLOP, and welcome to 2023. This is my update video that I promised you last video, and I apologize for sounding sickly. I just got off a flight and I genuinely didn't feel that good. I'm feeling a little better, so I should be up and running by tomorrow, which is good considering it's the start of the year and I wanted to change things from last year. Last year I had stated in the season finale of Beans, which, again, I can't believe that the season finale of Beans was a year ago. But in that finale, I had stated that I was going to spend the entirety of 2022 diligently working on my next project, which at the time was Marshy and Mellow. It was going to be a full-length movie, first movie I've ever done, and I was just going to crank it out from like day one of January. But then plans changed. And life got in the way, school got in the way, and I got in the way of myself. I started off strong with the creator's mentality. I think I made all those promises because I was genuinely just running off of the high of finishing season 1. Because I finished animating and editing season 1 of Beans on New Year's Eve. So when the clock struck to be 2022, I was like, I can keep going, keep at it. But I was just closer and closer to burnout. And I started off January, February working on Guest Row instead. I didn't plan for Guest Row to happen beforehand, but after thinking about the direction I wanted to take the BCU, the Bean Cinematic Universe, I had ultimately decided that Guest Row had to come before Marshy and Mellow. So, the first thing that I failed to do in the announcement, Marshy and Mellow was not my next project after Beans. The second thing that I failed to follow up on was my promise to diligently work throughout the entirety of 2022. Over the course of that year, I produced 2 animations, Guest Row and Beans 2.5. Beans 2.5 wasn't even supposed to happen. The only reason it exists is because I happened to have a project for college that Beans would do nicely for. If that project didn't happen, there would be 1 animation for the entirety of the 2022 year. And I didn't even work on it the entire year. I started January, February, going hard, going strong, riding the coattails of season 1 of Beans. And then I don't know what happened, but I hit some sort of wall or burnout in March that made me stop production completely. And afterwards, I don't know if it was still burnout, if it even was burnout, or if I was just way too lazy to work and would rather watch YouTube, anime, or play video games. But whatever it was, prevented me from working until October. I finished high school in May of 2022. So I still had that. I had to wrap up that. I didn't have much time to work on Beans, Gessero, Martian Mellow, all that stuff. I didn't have time to work on that because I was finishing up school. I was graduating high school. The issue then became like, oh, I've got all this work, so now I have an excuse not to work. I can spend my off time literally being off time, where I'm just like watching videos, playing games, talking with friends. I essentially just kept making those excuses. And it wasn't until I had moved into college and my classes scheduled in such a way that I had more free time than during most breaks of school. I came to realize there is no reason why this should not come out. And at the time I had already switched over to working on Gestro than Martian Mellow. And I was thinking, there is no reason this should not be done. It was at that point I gave myself a deadline. November 5th, it had to come out. September and October, started work immediately. And I just kept working all the way through up until that deadline. Got the short finished and released to the public. And honestly, I do like it, but I'm not really proud of it. It's of questionable quality. In between that, I was assigned a college project due the 3rd. So within the span of 28 hours straight, I made Beans episode 2.5. Going back to Mixamo rather than doing it by hand, which, by the way, I'm starting to transition. Well, I transitioned off Mixamo into just hand animations. That's what a Gessro was. It was a transition piece. So yeah, that's the second promise that I broke. I did not work. I worked for like a month total out of the 12 that I promised to work diligently. So I apologize. And the third thing that's going to be different, which I don't feel is like breaking a promise, but it's more so just like a change that has to happen, is that Martian Mellow is going to be a series. In the same vein of Beans' 2 to 3 minute episodes, several episodes in the season. Well, the series, because the series I think is only going to have one season. But with the direction that I want to take Martian Mellow, it's going to have to be short form series. This sort of idea that I have for the series does not have the ability to retain anybody should it be a movie. People would get bored in the first 2 minutes. So I'll spice it up into several sections of 2 minutes so that they can just relax for a week afterwards and then watch these 2 minutes and so on and so forth. And now we are at today, January 1st, 2023. And in classic Enzo fashion, I procrastinated till almost 10 o'clock before I even started recording this. I don't know what my future is going to hold in terms of time allotments, skill allotments, whatever the hell that is. I don't know. I don't want to make any more promises that I won't be able to keep. Even if they are promises that I have no reason to break. I already broke one that I didn't publicly air, and that was I was going to finish writing Martian Mellow by today. So far, I only have 4 episodes written out of the preferable 12 that I was planning. The point of that being, I don't know if Marshy and Mellow as an entire finished series will get done this year. I don't know if I will have the mental, physical, or emotional strength to animate all throughout this year. And I don't know when I will be finished with Marshy and Mellow. But I will say this. I am genuinely sorry for my lack of will, I guess. Because there's no better way to put it. I apologize for not working as hard as I would like to work, and not working as hard as I promised that I would work. I don't want to let that happen again. And so, with 2023, I want to publicly hope. I don't want to publicly promise. I want to publicly hope that throughout 2023, I'm going to be working on Marshy and Mellow. Odds are, even if I were to spend the entire year working, I would only get Marshy and Mellow done. And that's fine with me. That's fine with me. And I hope that's fine with you guys too. Point of the matter being, if you've been tuning me out the entire ramble, because this is a ramble, this is last minute and unscripted, but just listen to this. I apologize for breaking every promise I made last year. I apologize for wasting the entirety of 2022. And I hope that for 2023, things will change. And I hope that for 2023, this will be the year I get the most animation done. Not in the future, but out of all the years past, I get the most done. 2023. The day is January 1st, 2023. And when I see you again to have this chat January 1st, 2024, I hope I can say that it was fun finishing the series. Thank you everybody so much for listening. And I hope to see you again soon with episode 1 of Marshy and Mellow. Goodbye.